What do I love about applied arts? Let me tell you. As an applied arts team, we love doing what we do. We have a great passion for our students and our programs. It is our goal for students to be able to see themselves as, for example, an engineer, an architect, a chef, or beyond. And they will do this through our live studios, where students can be their authentic selves. We believe in creating opportunities for students to learn by doing through authentic, purposeful projects. We also believe we have the opportunity for students to match their ambitions to current or future engagements in, let's say, hobbies, future studies, careers, or any lifelong endeavor. Most of all, we'd love to see students think differently, acquire knowledge that's going to evolve into deeper understanding, and learn really for the joy of learning. Please join me with excitement and enthusiasm, where together we can create, make, solve, build, analyze, and grow.
On our site, we have all sorts of great information about our various programs and courses, and information such as which courses that you can enroll in and receive college credit at New Trier, and the Applied Arts College Career Exploratory and Experiential Learning Paths. Here we outline the various interests and which courses are offered at Northfield and which courses are offered at Winnetka.
I love teaching architecture and interior design here at New Trier. We provide an opportunity for students to really explore their creative side. They get to dive into different aspects of design throughout a series of projects. We build models, we draw by hand, and we also use amazing software that architects and interior designers use today in the field. We also try to create a studio experience that really correlates to something that you would see in college. We try to not restrict students by their design, but really push them beyond their possibilities. In the end, that's really what's most gratifying about seeing students go beyond the foundational skills that we provide. Wherever you're sitting at home, in an apartment, in a house, things were designed around you. The entire world is being redesigned every minute. And I think these are all aspects we can be aware of and try to hone in on our skills to be better problem solvers and designers.
Introduction to Architecture is designed for you, the student, to learn how to think like an architect. You will be inspired to discover, imagine, create, and push boundaries while growing in design fundamentals and creative confidence. See the world around you in a different way and learn the why behind design. You'll be using industry-leading software such as AutoCAD, Revit, SketchUp, Illustrator, and Photoshop, while also using methods to think with your hands through model building. Design original pieces of work such as community spaces and your dream home. Most of all, learn and design to make the world a better place.
There are a lot of different people that may want to take interior design. We look at how to design our living environment. So we look at every part of your house. We look at spaces where you may congregate with friends. It's all about the materials, the lighting, and you'll learn to model these in 3D. So some of the software that you might see on a show like Fixer Upper with Joanna Gaines, or any of the Pinterest mood boards that you may see. We're going to be doing all of these in class. We look at furniture, we look at fabrics, materials, color combinations be pulled together in the projects that we do. Just create really good, well thought out spaces.
Architectural Models is an advanced course you can take after Introduction to Architecture or Interior Design. We challenge students using authentic, purposeful projects where you design and think and build with your hands. A major emphasis is placed on design methods and the creative architectural design process. You will create conceptual, concept, work, study, and presentation models. You will discover different materials and design technologies while infusing architectural history and innovation in designs. Design projects incorporate nature, land, and physical forms. Past projects have included proposals to the Park District, developers in Chicago, community members, and partnerships with universities. All projects have been designed to create original work for portfolios.
So Architecture Studio is the time for you to really dive into design. So what does design mean? Take the skills that you have learned in Intro to Architecture and you start looking at various types of environments. So you might be looking at a large-scale urban design project, or you might be looking at something really small and intimate. But design is important in all of those instances, and we as designers need to think about how people experience our spaces, and that's what we really focus on in this course, is creating better spaces and better environments for the people that we are designing for.
Civil engineering is a phenomenal course for students that are interested in architecture and engineering. This course comes together with design and realism. And what I mean by that is certain projects that we do in the class bring design and architecture into engineering. For instance, the survey project that we do, students will be able to go out, survey different points outside of the property, and then bring those back into the design software. And that design software is something that industry uses today. It's a great preparation for a career in civil engineering and architecture. It's completely hands-on, and it's a great combination course for both architecture and engineering.
One of the things that's probably the coolest with the Automotives program is the fact that even if you're never going to turn a wrench again and you're never going to become a mechanic, at the very least, you've done everything that you're going to run into on a daily basis when you go in for your auto repair. You're not going to be just some person sitting there listening to a mechanic who might be telling you about a flux capacitor to go back to the future. You're actually going to understand what they're trying to tell you, and you're going to have an active, engaging conversation with them and understand what they're trying to convey to you and what actually needs to be fixed on your car so you can be a better consumer as a whole. Look around the shop. We have just about everything here that you could ever want to play with and try out in so many different ways. Yeah, is there a curriculum? Absolutely. But if there's something you have a love for and an interest for, I promise you, we can look at it and probably do it in here ourselves. Autos 1 is about your basic car upkeep. We end up talking about all the fluids that are in your vehicles at home. You even get to check them at home as we work on that stuff and see what's actually working inside your car. We do some basic brake jobs, but just beyond that, we get into a lot of electric vehicle stuff since that's really beginning to come onto the scene. One of the things that we actually do is we build an electric go-kart from scratch. We end up assembling all of the parts, we put it together, we put a race team together, we let you drive these things around on campus. They do about 35 miles an hour. It's a wonderful time. We also get into a little bit of welding and other metalworking around the shop, and it's just a great time for everybody to have. But now it's time for Autos 2. So what do? You get to come up with your own plans, your own ideas. We get to explore in the areas that you have an interest in, and we get to go explore deeper and deeper into things. For example, one thing we could end up doing is building a frame for the go-karts that we built. The electric go-karts, build it, convert it to gasoline maybe? Maybe we go do some of that stuff. Maybe we look at doing high efficiency racing or anything along those lines. Maybe you want to strip down one of the car engines that are here or get them running again because it doesn't work anymore. Whatever you want to look into, it's up to you and what you want to explore.
What I love about our Culinary Arts and Hospitality pathway is that students have an entry point at any time in their high school career. We prepare a variety of dishes in all of our courses, and this is the only course in the school that you get to eat what you make. Students have the opportunity to work in groups, to problem solve, and to really dive into our work in a hands-on way that gives kids an exposure to a variety of dishes. We also talk a lot about how we prepare dishes, what goes into them, the nutritional value, but then also that proper equipment that you might need, and actually just even some shortcuts that you can take to make really delicious recipes. We give students the opportunity at any point in their career to be able to take courses within our curriculum, and we really enjoy the fact that we see so many students come back and take our courses again and again.
Creative Cuisine is the culinary course that you can take as a freshman. In this course, you'll get to learn the basics of cooking and baking, but the best part of this is that you get to eat what you make. Some of the units we cover are yeast breads, where you get to make things like pizza and pretzels, quick breads, where you get to make biscuits and muffins, appetizers, where you make foods like meatballs and macaroni and cheese, as well as some other fun recipes we do like edible cookie dough, apple pie, orange chicken, and homemade macaroni and cheese. Whether you want to learn your way around a kitchen or sharpen your skills in the kitchen, or maybe you even want to be a chef, this class is for you.
Here's what you need to know about Gourmet. It is our culinary offering for sophomores and juniors. We take a look at recipes through the lens of salt, fat, acid, heat. How do these elements impact recipes? We're going to be baking, we are frying, we are sauteing. In the kitchens, you're measuring, you're learning knife skills, new techniques to work with food. You get to work with others to make the recipes, and then the best part of it all is you get to eat what you make in the end.
Real World Cooking for Seniors is a fantastic class for any senior to take. We take the kids through a variety of different recipes that they can use not only when they're at school, but also if they decide to stay home. We have recipes that the students can make in a microwave, that they can make in an oven, and they could also make on top of their stove. We really try to pick recipes, like I said, that every student enjoys. They could be breads, they could be meats, they could be proteins, they can have a wide variety. And like I said, every student so far has really enjoyed all the recipes we've selected.
The capstone course is Culinary Arts and Hospitality, and this course is actually designed with an industry perspective in mind. We are building the restaurant from the ground up and giving students the opportunity to look at all aspects of the industry, from front of the house to back of the house, learning some cooking methods, designing a menu, and actually hosting a pop-up restaurant at the end of the school year. We'll be partnering with some industry professionals to be able to offer some certifications that would allow you to take those beyond your high school career. We are excited about this course because this really can envelop all of the great skills that you've learned in other classes throughout the years.
The engineering program has a place for everyone. Whether you enjoy playing with Legos, Minecraft, like doing hands-on projects at home and you just want to have the experience of an engineering class, or if you are looking at engineering as a possible career choice, we have 4 full years to go through. So really wherever your path leads you, there is a place for you here. Along with that, the skills that you gain in all of our classes will serve you the rest of your life. So the design thinking, the collaboration, problem solving, is going to help you in all future work, whatever that may be. And most of all, we as engineers are trying to make the world a better place.
Look around you. Everything that you see was either designed or grown. So how do products get designed? Well, in Intro to Engineering Design, we learn a creative engineering process that's used at companies throughout the world, such as Apple and NASA. There's a zillion different ways you could design most things. If you think about it, tables, chairs, bicycles, toothbrushes, cell phones. So we need a way to create many innovative ideas and synthesize them down into workable solutions that we can build. And in Intro to Engineering Design, we get to use Nutrier's unparalleled fabrication facilities, 3D printers, and laser cutters to make our ideas a reality. In all that we do, though, whether our designs fail or work, we've advanced our design skills that we can use later on to make the world a better place.
In POE, we cover a bunch of different areas of engineering. We cover mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, civil, material science, and a whole mess load of other areas that we're going to cover. So what's really neat about it is every engineering is covered by different projects that we look at. One of the projects we do is with robotics. We use C++. You code this robot to run around, and the real fun part is challenging between the software and getting the robot to run. Everything builds on top of itself all the way through. We even do bridges where we do the math to predict where and when this thing is going to actually break. We build it and you break it itself. This culminates in a large project where we have some kind of machine that you're going to build from scratch and is 100% student-led.
All right, so biotechnology is arguably the most important field of the 21st century. It's literally saving millions of lives with the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, in the biotech engineering class, we do learn about these things with genetic engineering experiments, and we genetically modify an E. coli bacteria to glow in the UV light. We extract DNA, amplify it, run it through gel electrophoresis, things like that. But I think the best part about the class are the authentic projects we do, such as the aquaponics system. We actually grow fish and food. Probably my favorite project is working with the special ed department, where we actually create devices to solve problems and really have the opportunity to really improve people's lives in incredible ways. Students have been using that for their college essays, and I think it's really setting students up for success with really authentic experiences.
Hey, I'd just like to take a moment and share with you about some of the coding experiences we have in our department. We have Introduction to Coding, we have Principles of Engineering, we have Digital Electronics. All these have coding elements to each of one of those classes. And what I love about how we approach coding is that we do it in a hands-on way. You know, we're doing text-based coding, and we're actually getting to see what that does in the system. So that system could be how the drone responds to your code, or how a robotic arm responds, or how a CNC cuts out your design, or working with Arduinos or Raspberry Pis. All these are great technologies that we incorporate into the coding so you can see what the code does and get that feedback loop coming to you all the time. It's a great way to learn coding, good hands-on experience, so check it out.
We all know computers are everywhere, from our microwaves, garage door openers, elevators. Those are kind of simple computers, all the way up to the computer and the iPad that's taping me right now. And if you really want to know how these computers work on a fundamental level, you might want to take digital electronics. We start with the fundamental components, transistors, logic gates, and even the most basic level of RAM or memory inside your computer. And we build simple devices with them. We start with basic counters. We work our way up to devices like this, which are complex enough to run an elevator or a garage door opener. We also work with microcontrollers such as Arduino, Raspberry Pi, these devices that run, say, a stoplight. Here we program them, the C computer language. Students explore their curiosity, so we do lots of useful things with those.
Hey, if you're looking for a fun way to learn coding, Introduction to Coding is a class for you. We code drones, also Python, and you can see the effects of your code. They're flying missions that you have created, and you get to see what your code does immediately and if it works or not. In addition, we also do design technology in that same class. We're integrating them together. We learn about 3D printers, laser cutters, solid modeling, building things with our hands. If you are looking for an experience that covers that vast array of opportunities, this is a great class for you. What I love about the Fabrication program is that you're learning by doing. You're using your hands to create something that's unique, that is personally yours. You have the creativity aspect of things. If you want to change it a little bit and make it custom, hey, we're all about that. We want you to explore in that way. We want to express yourself with your creativity, with your hands, whether it's making your own clothing, whether it's designing a piece of furniture, using the plasma cutter or the CNC machines. What's great about this is you get to experience all these tools you see behind me and more. And I love being able to take something from its raw form and something to its finished product, something you can be proud of and show off. If you like the DIY type of experience, you give it a try.
Wood and Metal Design is a great course for students to get out of the classroom and into the wood shop. Whether you want to have a lifelong hobby or you just want to get busy in the wood shop and learn practical tools, power tools and hand tools to learn a lifelong skill. We are able to apply wood and metal projects throughout the year, something simple as a candle holder to building a table. We also do a little bit of welding. So students learn how to use power tools as simple as a drill to a hammer and chisel, all the way up to a table saw and machines like a planer and joiner. These are great tools to be able to use later on in life as you tackle any project. Furniture Making and Design is a course that focuses on design and build. Students can enter the course from Intro to Architecture to Interior Design, as well as Wood and Metals. It's a DIY course, but students get to design and create what they want. Students create a plan of procedure, they sketch out different ideas, and then we bring it into the software, and then we actually take the idea and put it into a real project. Students learn about different types of wood and different types of materials to bring their projects into reality. Students get to design projects and use what they've designed and fabricate it through machines like the CNC, plasma cam, and laser cutter.
Fashion construction is a mixture of design and construction where you get to learn how to be a fashion designer as well as construct garments. We start off by learning how to use the sewing machine and constructing our own garments. And you also will get to learn as sketching, design, environmental and ethical issues, fashion history and trends, culture, and fashion and textiles. The projects that you get to do are largely based on student choice, but whether you want to go into the fashion industry, learn to sketch, design, or sew, or you just have an interest in fashion, then fashion construction is the course for you.
So what's really great about the multidisciplinary path here at New Trier is that we are following the world. So the world is shifting, we have more complex problems, we need innovative solutions, and the best way to achieve those solutions is really pulling from a diverse group of people, and that's what we are trying to create here at New Trier. So we are looking at authentic problems that we can help students reach out to experts, reach out to other disciplines to gain both academic insights, but then also learn how to work with other people, how to collaborate, how to manage projects. And these critical thinking skills are skills that will last a lifetime. In research design and digital fabrication, we call it the RDDF crew for short. We focus on exploration, both in the class and then personally. So that first semester, we focus on exploring software, exploring fabrication tools, understanding project management, and honing our design skills through design sprints and design challenges. And that foundation and framework sets up the students to make anything. They take that second semester to create an authentic service project that they will design. So after that framework of exploration, the second semester, students will take a project that they're really passionate about, they'll research it, they'll design it, and they'll fabricate it. And in the process, work with other students and make the world a better place.
When two different teachers from two different departments come together to provide an ultimate hands-on experience to what normally is a traditional space, and what I really love about multidisciplinary is that students are focusing on application in an active lab and not just a theory out of discussion or a textbook. What's really exciting is to watch a student who may struggle in math, but then is able to create an entire kids' playhouse.
Hey, have you ever wanted to know how to complete a home do-it-yourself project? Or are you thinking of a career in one of the emerging fields? This class is for both and open to all students. Together, we'll discover through a learn-by-doing approach focusing on carpentry, electrical wiring, plumbing, and green technology. Students will build, for an example, a clubhouse from the very structure through and to the roofing. Learn how to frame, let's say, a family room wall, and then apply drywall, molding, flooring, and then do a complete residential wiring project. In fact, students can earn 3 college credit hours in residential wiring for taking this course. There is so much to talk about, and we have limited time, but I just want to say, we love to be hands-on in this course. We love to work with materials and power tools, and create, make, and build every day.
How many times have you been sitting in your math class and thought, or even said out loud, when am I ever going to use this in the real world? Geometry, design, and construction is the place where you will learn how you're going to use this in the real world. Every geometry concept that we learn in this class, we take and we apply to a design and build project. For example, we built large-scale and small-scale projects such as an iPad stand, furniture, a kid's playhouse. If you are someone who would like to see geometry applied or math applied to actual projects, this is the class for you.
In consumer mathematics and culinary arts, students are going to have the opportunity to learn about how to be a good consumer with managing your money, managing your time, managing your resources, as well as learning how to cook. And you might not think that those two things go together, but they actually go together really, really well. This team taught course will introduce students to some hands-on cooking experiences while also learning how to budget, grocery shop, and prepare for life beyond high school. There's lots of things to learn about when trying to take care of yourself, and this class is going to give you those opportunities. We are excited for this new course, and we'll see you next year.
Child development is a class that explores the social, emotional, physical, and mental development of children and adolescents. This class is awesome for students who are considering a career in the medical or education profession as the psychology of student behavior is discussed. Guest speakers include genetic counselors and labor and delivery nurses. A highlight of this class has been going down to Prentice Hospital to work hand in hand with medical professionals in a newborn class.
In human growth, we study children from pre-birth to age 6. Maybe you're thinking about going into the medical field or education. No matter what, if you're thinking about working with children, this class is for you. Also, if you're going to be a parent, so important to take a class like this. We have a baby visit once a month, and we look at that baby's progress in social, emotional, intellectual, and cognitive learning through the visits. So we have lots of engaging activities, very hands-on experiences. In Human Growth and Child Development 2, this is the course where you become the teacher. You're out in the community working in one of our sender school districts, and you're working side by side with the teacher, sort of doing your student teaching with the same class all year long, getting to know the students, getting to know the curriculum, and really getting that great experience.